We've all dreamt about Ferraris, haven't we? The roar of that engine, the way it hugs the road. But beneath that shiny red exterior, there's a whole lot you probably don't know. So, buckle up because we're about to take a deep dive into the history and engineering that makes Ferrari, well, Ferrari. Every schoolboy knows the Ferrari logo, that prancing horse. But how many of you know where it really came from? It started with Francesco Baracca, a fighter pilot in W. Young. Baracca's mother met Enzo Ferrari and suggested he use the horse on his cars. And well, the rest, as they say, is history. You might think you know what a Ferrari has to offer: speed, style, and the ability to make you go bankrupt. But these cars are packed with more gizmos and gadgets than an Inspector Gadget convention. Take the latest model, for instance. Hidden behind that beautifully crafted steering wheel, there's a button. This one adjusts the suspension stiffness on the fly. It's all about being prepared, you see. Deep in the Italian countryside lies Ferrari's secret weapon, Fiorano, their very own test track. Imagine a ribbon of asphalt twisting and turning through the hills, designed to push these cars to their absolute limit. And the best part? Unless you're on the payroll or a very important person, you ain't getting in. Now everyone bangs on about German engineering, but the Italians have a few tricks up their sleeves. When it comes to building cars, Ferraris are more like spaceships than your average Ford Fiesta. We're talking materials so advanced they'd make NASA blush. Carbon fiber, lighter than a feather, yet stronger than a weightlifter on steroids. It's everywhere. It's enough to make you want to go back to university and study something more interesting than geography. Ferrari's known for its limited edition cars, the kind that money can't buy. But there's one car, shrouded in more secrecy than a politician's expense report, that takes the biscuit. All we know is, it's out there, lurking in a climate-controlled garage, waiting for its moment to shine. You wouldn't think a company like Ferrari would go partnering up with just anyone. But even they realize that sometimes you need a little help from your friends. Take their sound systems, for instance. They teamed up with Bang & Olufsen, because when you're not listening to the glorious sound of a V12 engine, you want to hear every note in crystal clear perfection. Now the engine, that's the heart of any Ferrari. These engines are more complex, more finely tuned than a Stradivarius violin. They've got variable valve timing, which is a fancy way of saying the engine breathes like a marathon runner. And then there's the direct injection, squirting fuel into the cylinders with the precision of a brain surgeon. You might think painting a car is a simple affair, but this is Ferrari we're talking about, and they don't do simple. They've got this whole secret process locked away tighter than the recipe for Coca-Cola. The result is a finish so deep, so lustrous, you could get lost in it. Now, Ferraris aren't just fast, they're beautiful. Those curves, those lines, they're inspired by everything from fighter jets to, well, women. The female form has played a surprising role in shaping some of the most iconic Ferraris. Ferrari spends countless hours honing the car's aerodynamics, making sure it slips through the air like a greased weasel. So, you've managed to wrangle your way into a Ferrari. But before you put the pedal to the metal, take a moment to appreciate the finer things in life. The smell, for starters, that intoxicating aroma of leather. And then there's the stitching on the seats, done by hand by highly trained Italian artisans. It's an experience, a symphony for the senses. So there you have it, a glimpse behind the curtain, a peek under the hood of what makes Ferrari one of the most fascinating car companies on the planet. If you enjoyed this little jaunt through the world of prancing horses and screaming engines,